What is up, Rad Potential YouTube channel? Welcome back to the Rad Ranch, where we're doing a bunch of cool stuff. So today, this video here, I've got a bunch of random stuff I need to do, kind of, sort of. This one's going to carry over into tomorrow, of which we're going to have some Jeep stuff and some RX-7 stuff, as kind of usual, but not really. So first things first. I got my old CJ7 in the garage. I was driving it down the road yesterday, and I noticed that my brake pedal was just kept getting stiffer, and I could feel it dragging from the right front caliper. So I think I got either a stuck caliper, like the piston stuck, or something like that. It's not a super huge deal because I really don't drive the thing that far, but we had like a windstorm all over the place on Sunday afternoon, and I just put the Jeep inside because the garage was empty the other night. So anyways, I took it down the road to investigate for trees. The other thing we're going to do here real quick, so I'm going to look at that tonight, and then tomorrow night I'm going to pull the motor out of this 12A car. So if you've been around on the channel for a while, this is the 12A that I rebuilt last year. The guy had been driving it, put about 500 miles on it. And then it said it was getting hard to start and what have you. So I went and looked at it one day, thinking like fuel pump or soda pump, the carburetor's jacked up. But it's actually spitting coolant from the exhaust. So that to me is blowing coolant seal. So I really don't know what's up. I don't know if he overheated it, but it did have coolant in it. It did have oil in it. So I'm going to tear it all back apart and warranty my work, see what happens. So who never knows. Very well could have got a coolant seal in, like the wrong orientation or something, you know. You never know. So, cool thing, the details on this Jeep though. So this is an 83 CJ7. I acquired this Jeep when I was 16. Put the roll cage in it. Painted the dash. Cleaned the floor up. Fixed some of the rust, like the sketchy way. So just put some riveted plates over it. It has Genrite off-road, like 3/16 armor plating all the way down the side. So I bought the quarters from them, and then I also bought these Jeep panels from them. So if you can see here, the 3/16 plate that you just bolt over, and then I had one of our local sheet metal places bend me this. So this has a 1-inch lip on the bottom of it here. So that way you can take a ratchet jack and you can just hook it on there. Like that, hook it on there and lift the whole Jeep up. Assuming the body doesn't break off the frame because it's so rusty, but you can kind of see. It was an old crusty Jeep. So, I don't have it tagged. I don't have insurance on it. I just kind of had it around just to be playing with it a little bit. It sat for a little while. I put a new master cylinder in it. And yeah, it's one of those probably never sell. It's worth more to me to just piddle around with it and have it as a little off-road toy than it is to get $3 or $5 grand for it and not have it around. So I'm gonna go ahead, pop these big 31s off, or 32s. Y'all probably haven't seen tires this big on the channel because this is about the size of an RX-7, like hood height, you know? So here, we'll do a direct comparison. This is a 13-inch wheel. Ain't got nothing on that 32. So I'm gonna address this real quick. Probably won't like go into super detail, but I'll set the camera up. We'll time lapse, take it apart, put it back together. Alright, so just cue this up. You can see here. Looks like she's time for tightening up this wheel bearing, so we'll pop that apart real quick. It's a big old nut in there, huh? So That's wiggling behind this big nut because the bearings wore out. So what we'll do is we'll hit this back, we'll tighten up this here nut if we can, and then we'll put the thing back together. Who knows, that looks like 52 millimeter, like the size of the back of a rotary. Alright, camera battery died, but I think the new master cylinder with the different push rod is not allowing the piston to close all the way, which is preventing it from relieving pressure to the wheels. So it does the same for both sides. The pistons and the calipers are fine, but that master cylinder, I think that's why. And I think the reason it didn't do it at first is because there was still probably air in there, so it was still a little squishy of a pedal. And now that we've got a firm pedal, she's not too happy. So it did get a little bit late on me while I was, fixing wheel bearings and doing other stuff. So clean the shop up. Tomorrow we're pulling the 12A out. Let's get to it. So, it's a day or two from the last time you saw me. CJ just helped me put the white car in the shop, so I yanked the motor out of it. And we are now here to address the wiring on the stock car. So, basically, he wants to be able to drive it on the street. So, what we're going to do, which it looks like a majority of the wiring's still here, but we're wanting to hook up headlights and stuff. So we've got some LEDs. We can probably use the headlight wiring that's there. Looks like it's all there.
The socket for the turn signal's still here too.
Yeah, we can see what all stuff is left on this side as well, and what's the same. Looks like there is some plug, 3-wire plug there. Because we're missing these. These are for an H4.
Yeah.
Headlight. We're missing those connectors on this side. That's all I got over here.
That looks like for a trailer.
So we can try to figure that out. And then need to kind of address the rear too, which I don't know what all's back here.
I don't think there's anything back here.
Custom latch.
I don't even think they know what we're doing. Like, I know they know we're putting lights in it, but we're making it street legal.
We gotta get, yeah, there's no wiring back here though. So we gotta get some lights for back here. We're just gonna get some like trailer lights and cut a little hole in the solar panel. Put it on there. But yeah, homie wants this thing street legal. So, the other thing that's real sketchy is this roll cage, which needs to go.
Nah.
Cause like, look at this. This is like death right here. This bar.
There's no passenger seat. It'll be fine.
So.
You wanna?
Anyways.
You want to spray her with some?
Yeah. Give me the brake clean. Let's see if we can get this thing started up. You got those battery terminals on there good? That's the other thing we need to get from the stores.
Yeah.
Those.
Oh. It's gonna be fun doing this every time I drive this.
Yeah, I don't know why you want to crawl in a window every time. This ain't the Dukes of Hazzard.
I think they've got a little more wax on there.
Crank it up. Oh, the battery thing pissed? You do have a flat tire. Stand by. This is fire. Alright, so before it gets too dark, I've got talking to the camera. So before it gets too dark, we put new battery terminals in this thing. We're going to see if it'll crank over. So CJ, if you want to hop in there and press the fire button here. See if that fixes it. If not, we'll look at the starter and see if the terminals are ganked up or maybe the solenoid. See if she'll crank. Just bump the starter. Okay. Crank it. Go ahead. Crank it. Wonder if it's getting fuel.
I don't know.
Does that have fuel in it? Did it all dump out when the tank fell out?
I don't know.
Alright, let's move that stuff off the trunk and try it. See if we got fuel. Hell yeah.
Or 3.
Take the one that matters.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah, man. Woo! Fire it. What's up with me and starting the intake on fire? Alright, go for it. Hold it wide open. Hold it wide open.
Alright.
Crank it. Keep going. Go for it. Go for it. Keep cranking. Sir. Yeah, I only started the intake on fire like 6 times, but hey, we're good.
You're good at that though.
Yeah, I know.
You want to check to see if it's working?
Yeah, let me get my multimeter. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have a stock car Fairlane with headlights and marker lights. How about that? So, we were a little worried the like squares wouldn't look that good, but it's kind of nice. They're not too bad. They're more like a fog light, so they're a little bit brighter, but we can aim them down. And then the markers, we put the markers in the factory turn signal spot. So these won't be on for running lights, but they will be on to turn signal flash. So looking fresh as heck.
And then the taillights are actually mounted too.
Yep. And then the other thing, we don't have to. Well, we have a harness laid back here, so ready to get wired in, but. There you can see the tail light fits in there nice. I mean, like, you know, the chrome trim's a little loose, but nothing the zip screw won't fix. Same thing on this side. This one's all nice and tight, but that ain't going anywhere, you know. So these lights are sick. They do the running light, the brake light, and the turn signal. We can do it all in one. And then yes, this will have a flasher, so flasher here. And then the last thing we kind of got to figure out. I don't know if you can see me. It might be washed out the colors, but. The last thing we got to figure out is a brake switch to light the taillights up when he hits the brakes. So we've got a couple RX-7 pedal assemblies down there. We may just rob one of those, maybe weld the tab off the brake pedal so it hits it when you let off. Like, so basically when you let off the pedal, it closes the switch, and when you hit the pedal, it opens the switch to turn the lights on. We'll figure out how to wire it. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty stoked we got these lights done. Oh yeah, and CJ mounted all the switches.
So left is going to be for the blinkers. The middle one is for the main headlights, and then the far right is going to be for the high beam.
Bam! It's hard to see with the
black,
the moose or the cow colored dash, but we got it. So this is left, and then right turn signal, running lights here, high beams there, and then those two switches there are the ignition switch and the push button start. So the new battery terminals fixed the cranking up issue, and then we still have up here I pulled the wires basically these are the two wires. So the yellow is the excite wire for the alternator, and the black with yellow is the charge wire. So these will have to wire in probably over there on the starter solenoid where the main battery feed comes from. So good stuff. Hell yeah. Alright y'all, so hopefully you can see me with the big light up there, but apologize for not a ton of rotary content in this video, but hey, this is what we've been doing at the Rad Ranch. So thank you CJ for bringing the car out.
Thank you for having me.
We'll get her fixed up, and he's got a tag for this thing, so it's going to be street legal. We just have to make him not get pulled over in the first 12 seconds, and then yeah, thanks for watching.
Stay rad.
We'll see you next time, and keep it rad.